Top 3 Ceramic Museums in Jingdezhen, China. If you love ceramics and you're planning to visit Jingdezhen, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to introduce you to 3 unique ceramic museums in Jingdezhen, ranked by visitor popularity. Number 3. Ancient Kiln Folk Customs Museum. A living fossil of Jingdezhen's ancient kilns and traditional dwellings, where history still breathes in every brick and tile. Number 2. Jingdezhen, China Ceramic Museum. A textbook of a museum, documenting over 1,000 years of Chinese ceramic history in one place. Number 1. The Imperial Kiln Museum. A true landmark of Jingdezhen, blending ancient imperial kiln ruins with striking modern architecture, and a must-visit for every traveler here. In this video, I'll walk you through what makes each museum special, how to plan your visit, and how to choose the ones that fit your interests and schedule. We'll also cover something important: which museums are free to enter, and which ones require a ticket, so you can make the most of your time in the porcelain capital of China. The Ancient Kilns and Folk Customs Expo area is located in Jingdezhen's Old Town. It's a ceramics-themed cultural park and a national tourist attraction, dedicated to showcasing the city's rich, intangible cultural heritage. The park is divided into 2 main sections. One is the Ancient Kilns area. The other is the Folk Customs area, which preserves traditional Ming and Qing dynasty residences. So, what can you see in the Ancient Kilns area? This is a massive open-air museum, a living reconstruction of ancient ceramic production sites. Here, you'll find kilns from the Song, Yuan, Ming, and Qing dynasties, each with its own unique design. You can even witness live demonstrations of wood-fired kiln operations, with detailed signs explaining their historical use.
This is much like the other one. Oh, it said this kiln has gained a certificate. It said largest wood-fired ceramic kiln.
The displays recreate ceramic-making scenes from the 15th to the 18th century, alongside exquisite replicas of Jingdezhen porcelain. Some of the buildings and kilns date back to the Ming and Qing dynasties, while most were carefully rebuilt in the 1980s to preserve the look and feel of traditional wood kilns and workshops. For ceramics professionals, this is a rare chance to see wood kilns from different periods, like the Qing Dynasty Lion Kiln, the Qing Dynasty Jin Kiln, the Ming Dynasty Gourd Kiln, the Yuan Dynasty Bun Kiln, and the Song Dynasty Dragon Kiln, all side by side. There are also several pottery wheel workshops where visitors can try their hand at ceramics for a small fee. While exploring, you can also visit the Kiln God Temple, the Tangye Memorial Hall, and browse small ceramic gift shops, known locally as red shops.
Dragon kiln. Its shape is long, like a dragon. Yeah. So the first window is take a look at the fire, and the bottom the window is for the ash. Take out the ash, right?
Yeah. So this is.
What about the Folk Customs area? Here you'll find 12 historic houses from the Ming and Qing dynasties. These were originally scattered across villages in Jingdezhen. In the 1980s, to protect them from decay, they were carefully dismantled, transported, and rebuilt here using the original materials. Other landmarks, such as the Tianho Palace, Ancestral Master Temple, Ceramic Workshop, Porcelain Tile Corridor, and Ceramic Musical Instrument Hall, were also constructed in the 1980s, blending tradition with a more modern reconstruction style. Walking through the Ancient Kilns and Folk Customs Expo area feels like stepping out of the modern world for a while. Ancient relics and modern ceramics blend seamlessly, offering a deep and tangible connection to Jingdezhen's rich porcelain heritage. In the gardens, you can relax by the lake and enjoy performances of ceramic musical instruments. Ever wondered how these instruments are made? In 1985, a ceramic orchestra successfully developed a new type of ethnic instrument using ceramic plates as the main material. Made from high-quality clay and crafted to precise musical standards, these instruments produce a crisp, pure, and melodious sound with a moderate pitch range and volume. So, let's take a moment to enjoy the unique music of Jingdezhen's porcelain instruments. Jingdezhen, China Ceramic Museum Tour. If you're visiting Jingdezhen, especially if you're a ceramics professional, I highly recommend setting aside a full day for the Jingdezhen, China Ceramic Museum. If you don't have a clear sense of Chinese history, this museum is like a living textbook. It presents the entire story of Chinese ceramics in chronological order, linking together thousands of years of development in a way that's easy to follow. Even if you've never connected ceramics with China's broader history, the museum's timeline will help you see exactly how they fit together. The exhibitions here are immersive with strong visual impact, enhanced by multimedia and video art. They guide you seamlessly from one era to another, showing you how ceramics evolved through different dynasties. There are both Chinese and English audio guides. Rent a headset for a small fee, and you can listen to the full English narration. The museum is open for 8 hours a day, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., closed on Mondays. Admission is free, but you'll need to book in advance and bring your ID or passport. If you have a full 8 hours, you can take your time and enjoy a complete experience. If you only have half a day, about 4 hours, you'll need to move faster and choose the sections you're most interested in. A brief history of the museum. The Jingdezhen, China Ceramic Museum covers about 60,000 square meters and houses nearly 30,000 treasures from different historical periods, including more than 500 nationally protected cultural relics. Many of these pieces can't be seen in any other museum. The museum has been around for 71 years, first established in 1954 in Jingdezhen's Old City. As the collection grew, the original building became too small, so in 2015 the current, much larger venue opened to the public. Over these decades, the museum has gathered an incredibly rich collection, allowing visitors to absorb centuries of ceramic history in just 4 to 8 hours. The historical journey through ceramics. We start with ancient ceramics in the Tang Dynasty. At that time, Jingdezhen produced mainly greenware, whiteware, and bluish-white porcelain. The exhibits begin with the raw materials, showing how ancient craftsmen quarried stone and clay, fired kilns, and even used the drop of river water to power wooden hammers for processing, a method over 300 years ahead of Europe. In the Tang era, Chinese porcelain was so advanced that Europeans couldn't even fathom how it was made. You'll also learn how river and land transport were vital. Ships carried raw materials like kaolin, porcelain stone, and pine wood into Jingdezhen and carried finished wares out of markets far beyond. There's even an introduction to Jingdezhen Ceramic University, the city's most famous ceramic school, providing a foundation in ceramic knowledge. By the Tang era, the potter's wheel, hand-turned and made of wood, had already appeared. This invention was a major leap in ceramic technology, allowing vessels to be shaped more evenly and beautifully. Next comes the Song Dynasty, the real beginning of Jingdezhen as we know it. In the year 1004, the emperor renamed Fuyang County as Jingdezhen, granting it the honor of his reign title. From then on, the porcelain capital had its official name. Song-era Jingdezhen is best known for its Qingbai porcelain from the Hatian kilns, bluish-white, with a jade-like luster. The Yuan dynasty marked the birth of blue and white porcelain. Kublai Khan set up the Fuyang Porcelain Bureau here. With the discovery of kaolin, porcelain stone, clear glaze, and the two-stage firing formula, Jingdezhen produced the world's first blue and white porcelain. The cobalt blue pigment came from the Persian Empire. The Yuan era also saw the emergence of underglaze red. Together, these innovations brought porcelain from the monochrome world of Qingbai into a colorful new age. Although blue and white wasn't universally loved in China at first, the introduction of bright blue and red opened the door to future artistic possibilities. In the Ming Dynasty, blue and white continued to flourish, but artisans also developed wutsai, dotsai, and other polychrome styles. During the Jiajing period, even more colors appeared: blue, yellow, green, purple, gold, along with overglaze red, peacock green, famille rose, and sankai. Kilns began producing much larger pieces, like gourd vases, massive dragon jars, and flat-bottomed saggers for firing big vessels. The Ming court established the Imperial Kiln factory in Jingdezhen and introduced the official kiln, folk firing system. The government built the kilns, but local craftsmen operated them, supplying the palace with fine porcelain. Folk kilns thrived alongside, with egg-shaped kilns, gourd kilns, and horseshoe kilns in use. There's even a story about a kiln supervisor named Tong Bing who clashed with workers and died, tragically, by leaping into a kiln. The Qing dynasty was both the most brilliant and the most bittersweet era for Jingdezhen porcelain. The Imperial kiln continued, with famous supervisors like Tang Ing producing exquisite wares for the royal family, used in rituals, Buddhist offerings, weddings, and birthday celebrations. Wars drove many northern ceramic masters south to Jingdezhen, bringing skills from kilns like Ru in Hunan, Longquan in Zhejiang, and Goware. This cultural exchange pushed blue and white decoration to its artistic peak. New glaze colors like Langyao red, June red, and crackle glazes emerged. The late Qing saw the first great peak of famille rose porcelain, cementing Jingdezhen's path toward decorative artistry. Kangxi blue and white from this period, with its gemstone-like blues, is still celebrated worldwide. In the Democratic of China era, after the Qing collapse, China fell into constant warfare. The economy declined, the Japanese invasion began, and people struggled to survive. The porcelain industry suffered greatly, hit hard by competition from Europe and Japan, as well as shrinking domestic demand. The one bright spot was porcelain painting on plaques, led by artists known as the Eight Friends of Jushan, which stood out as a unique art form. After the founding of the People's Republic of China in 1949, private kilns were replaced by 10 large state-owned porcelain factories. During the Cultural Revolution, porcelain reflected strong political themes. Mao Zedong's quotations, revolutionary opera scenes, images of workers, peasants, and soldiers, and landscapes of revolutionary sites like Yan'an. One unique highlight from this period is the mysterious 7501 porcelain, made exclusively for Mao Zedong in Beijing, as well as for state banquets, national gifts, and special government use. There is also widespread production of decal-decorated porcelain. Whether this era marked progress or decline in craftsmanship is something you could decide for yourself after visiting the museum. The museum also features export porcelain from the Ming and Qing dynasties in the Maritime Silk Road Gallery. Starting in 2016, this hall has showcased pieces exported over 300 years ago via the East India Company, part of the 300 million Chinese porcelains sent overseas in that era. Over 1,000 examples are on display, mainly plates, vases, and decorative pieces, not everyday tableware. The museum repurchased many of these from Europe and America, including items from Britain, the Netherlands, France, Denmark, Austria, Spain, Sweden, and the USA. Most are famille rose porcelains, hand-painted with European pastoral scenes and poetry to suit Western tastes. Some blue and white designs were also adapted to European preferences. These were OEM orders. The East India Company designed them, Jingdezhen produced them, and they were shipped back for sale in Europe. You'll rarely see traditional Chinese motifs like plum blossoms, bamboo, orchids, or chrysanthemums here. Instead, the porcelain is decorated with European imagery and even fitted with gold or silver mounts. There's also a dedicated hall for Dahua white porcelain from Fujian province. This craft dates back to the Tang dynasty, and in the 17th, 18th centuries it was successfully exported to Europe via the maritime Silk Road. In 2006, its traditional firing technique was listed as part of China's first group of national intangible cultural heritage items. Fired at 1,400 degrees Celsius, Dahua porcelain is exceptionally white, lustrous, dense, and translucent. Its heat, pressure, wear, and corrosion resistant, with a pure, warm glaze and very low impurities, giving it an ivory-like texture. Historical records show that Dahua kilns developed steadily during the Song and Yuan dynasties, producing large amounts of bluish-white porcelain for overseas trade. In the Ming dynasty, master craftsmen perfected the warm, jade-like glaze, bringing Dahua porcelain to its peak. This short tour has walked you through 1,000 years of Jingdezhen ceramics history, from its earliest kilns to its role in global porcelain trade. The Jingdezhen China Ceramic Museum is not just a building. It's a living chronicle of China's ceramic heritage, preserving a craft that's been passed down for over a millennium and still influencing the world today. If you have the chance to come to Jingdezhen, make sure this museum is at the top of your list.
Today is April 28, and right now I'm in Jingdezhen, and the building behind me is the Imperial Kiln Museum.
I came to Jingdezhen just to look around a bit. I wasn't planning anything special, but right in the middle of the city, I ran into a museum that really moved me. It's not tall, it's not flashy, but the moment you walk closer, you feel it. This place is more than a museum. It feels like a time tunnel of living porcelain. Its name? The Jingdezhen Imperial Kiln Museum. To be honest, the first thing that caught my eye was the rows of low brick archways. They're small, not huge, but there's something about their old and quiet style that pulls you in. Especially when you see their reflection in the water, it feels like ancient kilns are just resting peacefully by the city, waiting for you to come closer. The museum was designed by Zhu Pei, a very well-known architect in China and abroad. He got his inspiration from the old wood-fired kilns we all know, the big brick kilns used to fire porcelain long ago. But he didn't just copy them. He translated that feeling and warmth into modern architecture. The arches here aren't perfect or all the same. Some are a little tilted, a little uneven. It feels like real craftsmen built them by hand, not some machine. It has a kind of body temperature, if you know what I mean. I walked around the entrance and noticed there's no wall around this museum. Just water pools and bamboo groves. It's such a smart design. You don't feel blocked or pressured when you enter. It's more like walking into someone's quiet courtyard. When the wind blows, the water ripples softly and the reflections shimmer. It's so peaceful. It's like the whole city suddenly goes quiet. Once you walk in, you pass through a long arched hall. There are skylights in the roof, and sunlight slants down from above. It feels like you're walking inside an ancient kiln, half dark, half bright. Very atmospheric. The museum has 2 floors. Upstairs is a permanent exhibition. Downstairs feels more like an active archaeological site. Every exhibit is displayed in a glass room, so you can get really close. And you can even see the broken porcelain pieces being restored below, like the past and present are layered together. It's a magical feeling. And what surprised me the most, there's an actual Ming Dynasty kiln site preserved inside. It's right next to a sunken courtyard. You walk through the archways, and suddenly, boom, you're standing in real history. Sometimes you'll see restoration workers carefully fixing the old pieces, like doctors for porcelain, gently mending these treasures from the earth. What makes this museum so special is the combination of arches and sunken courtyards. There's even a science to it. In summer, this design lets the wind move naturally, keeping the space cool without air conditioning. There are bamboo plants growing in the courtyard, and when the wind blows, they rustle, just like summers in southern China. And this place isn't just for exhibitions. There's a bookstore where you can read about porcelain or sit in the cafe, look at the water, and just zone out for a while. The best part? The tea room. It's under one of the archways, half outdoor. Sunlight hits the table, and the air even carries a faint smell of fired bricks. At that moment, I really felt like I had traveled through time. Now you might ask, isn't this a modern museum? Well, yes and no. It's a mix of modern and ancient. Some of the bricks used outside are old ones taken from torn-down kilns. Some are new, but when they're put together, you can't even tell the difference. It doesn't feel cold or industrial. It feels like something that grew out of this city. And that's exactly what the architect wanted to show, that the bricks, the arches, they all belong to this land. Zhu Pei also made sure the buildings wouldn't break the rhythm of the old city. So every arch stays under 12 meters tall. That way, it fits perfectly with the nearby houses, old factories, and rebuilt towers like Long's huge. This isn't a skyscraper trying to show off. It's more like a quiet neighbor sitting down to have tea with the old town. The whole museum feels like a prose poem. It doesn't try to impress you too fast. It just draws you in little by little. You walk a few steps and notice how the light changes in a corner. Turn a corner and you see an old kiln brick, still with burn marks. Keep going and hear the crunch of gravel underfoot and frogs calling near the water. It doesn't rely on fancy lights or sound effects. Its atmosphere comes from real things, from the land, from time, from craft. I entered in the morning, and before I knew it, it was already afternoon. I sat by the water for half an hour, and only one thought stayed in my head. This isn't just a porcelain museum. It's a poem, written with space and clay.